Hello, guys. This is Jorge with Greystone Investment Group and homesforincome.com. That is homes, the number 4, income.com. And today I'm so happy, so excited to introduce you guys to one of our top agents. I would say he's our top agent because he's here. He's got so much knowledge. I think, Osvaldo, introduce yourself, how long you've been in the business, how many transactions you've done in the past 100 years.
Well, I kind of lost count in the transaction deal. It's been 22 years in harvesting different markets in Tampa Bay. And right now I'm with this crazy guy over here that we are accomplishing a lot more, learning more than I ever did. And just up for any task.
Awesome. Today I want us to talk about day-to-day challenges we have as agents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Osvaldo, lately, let's talk about this year. What has been your most challenging transaction? And I'm thinking the one with the Mexican seller. I can't remember. Ellicott.
Ellicott. Yeah. Yes. Mark's property.
Tell us in summary what was the issue and how you overcame that.
Well, actually, it was a team effort among all Greystone's departments, Greystone Development, and we had to go in. This property was already started by another contractor. It was a disaster. Nothing was going to pass inspection. He left everything started. All of the aspects of the project, he started each and every one of them and left them halfway. That's what you're going to find with mediocre contractors. They try to like pin you down and then you don't have any way out. Well, this client was smart enough to find a way to legally break contract with that contractor. We came in 2 months. We passed all inspections, did all renovations, did a beautiful job, and then sold the house in 1 week. It was a lot of work, a lot of challenges, but we overcame them all. And that's stuff that we can continue doing on and on. Every transaction teaches us so much, and we have all that knowledge to share with you guys and to employ it in your transactions.
What do you think happened to that investor? I mean, maybe because they were out of the country, they didn't know the GC, or they didn't know the reputation of the GC. What do you think happened?
I'm not sure. They probably went for the cheapest price or didn't research if this person has ever done any, because it makes a difference. If you have a contractor that does regular jobs, residential, and he doesn't have, he's never worked for investors where he knows what this time is of the essence, time is money, and how it needs to be done, because this actually has to pass inspections, several rigorous inspections. So he didn't realize that he had a guy that didn't care for any of that. He just wanted to get a job and keep making money. Us as being Greystone Development, we know the urgency. We know how to go about it, and we get the job done. So.
But I'm surprised because Mark, right, was the owner of the property.
Yeah.
He's so picky, and he seems like he would research the heck out of the people he hires. And I'm surprised that he went through that, because with us, he was so active and so.
Exactly what happened is he immediately starts seeing how we do things, and he started seeing results. He saw all how we problems with permitting and all that. We knew how to go around.
Or you think the previous GC just ran out of money, maybe, or they didn't quote things correctly?
Well, it was a combination of them all, but mostly was performance. This guy was. Performance and urgency. The guy was letting the projects here. They were there for 1 year and 3 months, trying to finish that, and we finished in 60 days. Sold, permitted, and it was a beautiful project. Like I said, we learned a lot, and all that knowledge we can share with you and employ it when we're trying to find your homes, and we're in the middle of it. This is not an easy business, but we know how to go about things.
And he's been humble, because I know that Osvaldo went into the property, you even painted
Oh,
I
I did.
mean,
I had to. I'm not afraid to roll my sleeves. I've done it many times.
so you went in there like painted, you fixed some windows.
I went over there and I painted whatever it took, because the guy went out. His budget was tight or whatever, and I know I'm a jack of all trades. I know how to do a few things, and I'm like, you know what? To make the deal happen, I'm taking on that with you, and I ended up having to do most of it, but it actually made the sale. It saved thousands of dollars just doing that alternate idea that I have for the windows in the house sold. That it didn't come an issue in inspection whatsoever.
So what I'm thinking is, what I'm learning from what you're saying is that sometimes you gotta go above and beyond. Sometimes it's not part of your job, but it's so rewarding afterwards, right?
No kidding. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people go like, this is what I do as a realtor. Nowadays, it boils down to we got to do whatever it takes to get the job done. And right now I'm going to a property. I'm on my way to a property. I brought a broom in my car because I know there's going to be leaves, and I'm going to sweep the every listing, every property that we have is our baby. And that's what it boils down to. Whatever it takes. If I have to paint the door, if I have to like help out with anything, we're up to the task.
So I think what I'm getting from you, Osvaldo, is that the advice that you give new agents is that your job doesn't stop at just putting the sign up.
The thing is, like, a lot of people worry about the money first, but actually what you got to do is help people, be useful. If you want to become the guy or whatever, no, be useful, try to help solve problems, and the money's going to come, and you're going to close in deals. Because people see that. If you are just more of the same, if your client calls you and you text them, I cannot talk, please text, that's not nice. Of course, there's times where you're in a meeting, but pick up that phone, go the extra mile, make friends with your clients, tell them, let them know. They're going to feel that you care when you actually do. And then you're going to get repeat business, better reputation, better reviews.
What would you say to the agents that say, "But Osvaldo, that could be a waste of time, man. Going over there, paying and doing all these things. What if the transaction falls through?" And that's a lot of time that you put into it.
It evens out, because, like I said, sometimes you're gonna lose or what have you. But I can tell you stories like one customer last year, maybe a couple of years ago, the house wasn't moving and it didn't have much curb appeal, and I'm like, I have an idea. I have this cool color of paint. I'm gonna paint your door before the open house. I went over there. I took a couple hours. I painted the door. I did the open house next day, and I sold. So
wow.
I don't know if it was karma. I'm not sure that the paint had anything to do with it. But you go the extra mile, and the forces of the universe are gonna jump in with you.
I'm a huge believer of karma, that it definitely comes back to you. And I've seen, it's insane what Osvaldo has done. It's not rocket science. It's just going the extra mile, making sure your client, you do everything possible. If you need to grab some paint, if it's something that you can physically do yourself, don't waste time, man. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait, because this is what a lot of people do. If it's a 30-minute job, I gotta paint some baseboards or whatever that got water stain or what have you. I'm not gonna call on Monday to a guy that's gonna come out on Wednesday to tell me that he's gonna come back next Thursday to finish. I get it done right then and there. It's gonna take me half hour, and I believe I'm part of that project until completion.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, I feel that agents should go beyond what they're asked to do, obviously, because the more value you give to the transaction, the more repeat business you're gonna get eventually.
Exactly, you gotta be different.
Learn. Make sure you bring your cleaning supplies just in case. Maybe always have a little bit of white paint just in case. And do whatever you gotta do. I mean, don't wait. This is your business. This is your product. At the moment the client signs this thing, it's your product. It's your baby, to your point.
Yeah, exactly.
Treat it as so. Don't just put the sign and disappear, because your commission is just gonna disappear as well. So I like that, Osvaldo. And Osvaldo, one of the reasons wanted to put this video together is that you have so much wisdom, so much. You've done so many transactions. You're one of the people that I look up to because you're always thinking of creative ways to make the deal happen. So anytime I have a listing, I feel like, okay, if I give it to Osvaldo, I know that he's going to go, if he can go right, he's going to go left. He's going to find a way to get the deal sold. And I think that a lot of people feel the same way. And I think that starts showing the minute that on the first day when you're listing the property and you're fixing the flower bed or you're doing something, the client is saying, man, you don't have to do that. Oh, that's okay. I wanted to fix this and I was here and I like the way it looks now. That going that extra mile from day one tells the client, this is the guy, the guy I should do business with. Just like you told me today, you talked to a potential listing agent. You did a listing appointment and it went out pretty good, right?
It went out pretty good. Like I said, it's not like about bragging or what have you. And like I said, I learned from new agents. I learned from title agencies, from insurance, from the city. I learned from everyone, and it's just keeping an attitude of you're gonna find stuff as a new agent, as an old agent. You're gonna come to situations you have no idea to go about. It's just having the mentality of like, let's find out who is it that we call, how we make it work, and you gotta be creative. You gotta be able. You gotta offer more than the rest. Everybody has a nice, pretty cool looking card, beautiful marketing, and a nice signature when they email. But what do they have anything to back up? And go like, yeah, I'm your realtor. I'm in it with you. When I don't see any traffic, I'm trying to find ways to get traffic going. So,
all right. So to summarize, thank you for your time. To summarize what Osvaldo said, multi-million-dollar agent has done a ton of transactions in the past close to 20 years. Well, the nugget we got from him today, guys, is go the extra mile. Make sure that you do whatever you got to do. Remember, that property is your product. It becomes your product. And you want to sell that product somehow, however you can do it. So go the extra mile. Some of the things that we talked about, obviously, have a broom in your room. Be ready to clean the property if you need to. Maybe have a little bit of touch of paint. If you do those things, trust me, it's not only going to help you sell the property, but also when there's situations when you have to give the seller the bad news, say we're going to have to lower this thing because there's no traffic, they're going to be more open to do it because they've seen you in action. They've seen that you've done everything in the books and not in the books to make it happen, correct?
And then exactly how can you fight a guy that you see like working even harder than yourself to the purpose, and that's exactly right. Like, I'm not saying that you're gonna become a handyman or anything like that, but I'm saying pay attention to detail. Go like, you know what, this door is looking a little. And if you see a few spider webs, wipe it off. It's gonna make a difference when you when in your sale. It's gonna speed things up, and your client is gonna know you're there for him. They're gonna repeat business with you all day long.
Guys, a lot of people ask me, a lot of agents in the industry ask me, how am I going to compete with the big companies, online companies coming into the market, competing against me, companies like Roofstock, some of those companies that are, their main goal is to take the agent position away and make everything to be technology. Have a virtual agent, and this is how you do it, because no computer is going to be able to, to go the extra mile. Look for details, touch up the property if they need to. Look out for things that are just beyond the obvious, things that you don't see the first time you list the property that might show up on the second or third time you see the property. These are the things this is how you upsell yourself against a robot, a computer, a system, telling the client, this is some of the stuff I'm gonna do to get your property sold. And that's pretty much it. I think Osvaldo has been great.
Mm-hmm.
Great information. Osvaldo's going to be doing videos on a weekly basis. I'm putting him on the spot. Because I said, Osvaldo, every time I talk to you, I learn something new. So it's like, you got to be out there. You got to be teaching the world some of this stuff. He's gonna he promised, he committed to me that he's gonna start doing monthly or weekly videos, and I cannot wait to hear him. Actually, I do mean it, Osvaldo. I'll be your biggest fan because I learn a lot from you. There's a lot of stuff.
And I'm gonna tell you in return, probably like 60% of my knowledge comes from you. So
Whatever.
you're being humble as well.
Yeah.
You had opened up my mind for many things, and continue learning and continue working on getting better every day.
Awesome. I want to say thanks, Jose. Thank you for joining us. Christian, thank you for joining us. Sunil, thank you for joining us. Najib, Alma, Jessica, Henry. Wow, a lot of people. Thank you. I hope this was valuable to you. That's all we're trying to do here. Bring valuable content. We're not selling. We're not soliciting. We just want you to take your business to the next level if you're an agent or an investor. Thank you for your time. This is Jorge with Greystone Investment Group. And
Osvaldo Gonzalez here to help.
remember, go the extra mile for your client. Once you get the listing, it's under contract. It's your product. It's your baby. Treat it as so. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.